Hey everyone, it is Dave. Welcome in. It's time to talk about module number 8. I hope you all made it through the midterm just fine last week. And with the material beginning in this module, this is what's going to comprise our final exam. So nothing from the first half of the class will make an appearance again. But we also shift from traditional art to avant-garde art in the second half of the course. And what we're going to be doing first is talk about photography and the impact that it had on art, and also taking a look at the father of modern art, Edward Manet. I'll talk about the discussion and the journal as well, so join me. We're going to head over to the Canvas site. I'm going to walk you through module number 8. And as promised, here we are. So let's take a look at module 8. Up top, our usual information, our video, our action plan for the week, and my office hours every Monday and Wednesday, 4:30 to 7. For the lectures this week, we've got photography, our study guide, and then we'll take a look at the further exploration section. We've got a link to Sally Mann's website. She's my favorite living photographer. We have a reading on early photography. Make sure to watch how daguerreotypes are made. This is something I would have shown in class where we were on an in-person class. We've got how to turn a room into a camera obscura. I talk about this during the lecture, so it's kind of cool to see this put into practice. A quick video on pictorialist and straight photography, a video from Sally Mann's studio, and an optional one on an exhibit from Cal State Fullerton, which had photography that was called morning photography, photography of the dead. So that one is optional for you to watch. Our other lecture deals with Edward Manet and the birth of modernism. It also deals with some very controversial art within it. Our study guide, and then in the further exploration section, we have a quick reading on this one painting of his called Music in the Tuileries. We've got a couple optional readings, Baudelaire and an article from the Art Bulletin that's still thinking about Olympia's Maid, which this is the painting Olympia down here. This is the maid here. Laurie was actually a fairly famous model at the time. She was in several of Manet's paintings. Make sure to watch the video on Luncheon on the Grass, really our very first painting of modernism, and then a quick video on the Industrial Revolution. For this week, the journal I wanted to make fun. So I'm going to have you go out and shoot some images. I do want you to take the images from this point forward. So you're not like looking through your camera roll, but you're going out right now and shooting 5 photos. This is the image list down here. You have 12 different options. And then once you shoot the photo and you put it into like a Word document, underneath the photo, we want to make sure that it has a caption. Tell me which category it is fulfilling. Tell me the date that you took the photo. And then, of course, how the photo was met as far as the requirement goes, what the image is of, and where the image was taken. So that'll be in kind of a short paragraph. And then the final thing we need to do for this week is a photography discussion board. So like other discussion boards, we'll do the post this week, we'll do a reply next week. And in photography, what I want you to do is to share a photographer that shares the same culture as you. You're going to upload an image of the photographer's work. You're going to give me a paragraph about the biography of this photographer, including where you found out about them, what their schooling was, where their work can be found, things like that. And then a second paragraph that deals with the culture that they share with you. Keep in mind, it has to be something that is above race and religion. This is something where you're going to dive a little bit deeper into a photographer's background and talk about what you collectively share with the photographer. Keep in mind, you also have to support your side of the equation. For instance, down here in my student example, the student chose a photographer that was more on environment, on preserving the environment, which is great. But that's kind of a universal idea. So you have to make sure that not only are you presenting the photographer side, but you're also saying, as this student did, hey, I'm an environmental studies major, or I do beach cleanups, things like that. Make sure you do choose a professional photographer. I have the due dates here, October 26th and November the 2nd. The grade breakdown is here. All right. I think that is everything for this week. I will be back shortly to tell you about module number 9. And if you have any questions, of course, please feel free to email me, or you can also visit my office hours.